Okay, some of you asked how I set my snares. Well, this is a trail coming out through a bit of woods here. The bag down right here, I don't know if you can see it, but it's full of bait. Just put that in the woods there, dump that out, bury it up. And trail goes on that way. So what I got is a number 9 swivel. I don't know how this is turned out. A number 9 swivel with a ferrule on the back, 5/64 cable. Cable comes down, and right here we got a support collar. The collar, some people call them whammies. That's him right there. It just screws in counterclockwise. I got a small washer put on right here, so I know how big the bite on my loop should be, which is about 12 inches, 10 to 12. And this is the lock. Wedge lock or Hamburg, depends on where you're buzzing. And this is the number 25 spring. You can get a 25 or 50. But when this is pulled tight, the spring will compress, and that keeps pressure on the lock from opening. They're real good. And I just use, well, this spot here is a cross stick here. After getting a few fucks in this one. Just tie it on right here, and the wire goes in, the heavy wire goes into the support collar, which supports the snare. Snare hangs right over the trail, and he's tied on right here onto the swivel. So when you get an animal, that just comes off and he can go where he pleases. But I keep the snares about 8 inches. It's hard to do when you got one hand. And they just turn counterclockwise. And there you go. Stick put down below, rise his chin. You don't want it too big, you don't want to rise his foot up in the snare. I set them all about 7 inches. Higher if you're going to use it for coyote, what stocks there. And that's how I set it up. Stick on each side just to guide, don't want to block it in too much. That's the way I do it, but some fellas make their snares smaller and put a bit of backing wire from here up through, but I don't do it. Some people might say, well, that does a waste of wire, but it's up to oneself. I find it works good, and after I use the snare, I use it for a chain on my otter traps or mink traps, wherever he's kinked up or anything, but it's all reused. I hope that helped you anyway. Very good. Show you something now you don't see every day. This is where I had a coyote last time up right here. This is all the bait pile. And look at this. A moose stuck in my snare, a little calf. Back away now, let it settle down.